Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnelian Spirituality and Tarot. This is Mandy, and today we are going to be talking about grounding. And I am not just talking about what happens after you fought too hard for your right to party. Get it? So grounding, what is it? Grounding is this practice of bringing ourselves back down to earth when we are living off in space. Grounding is purposely for the times where we walk into a room and we're like, I know I walked in here for like 5 things and I cannot remember a goddamn one of them. That would be a time where you might need some grounding. It means that we're totally stuck in our heads, scatterbrained from our day. It can be something that we are obsessed about. Am I gonna get into that college? Am I gonna get that job? Like, how am I gonna figure all this out? How am I gonna pay my bills? Will I ever meet my one true love? Sometimes you don't even care about the outcome. It's just like, respond to the email, it's been 3 months. And you know what I'm saying? If we need peace in our lives, grounding is a great practice for bringing ourselves back into our bodies, okay? So everybody knows what it's like to be stressed out of our minds, but let's talk about how we can stay in our bodies and calm down and bring ourselves back to life again. Because the key goal here is presence, just being present in our everyday, being in the here and now, feeling good in our bodies, feeling mentally clear, stable, at peace, healthy, so that we're not a little hamster on a wheel. So, first tip for grounding, 1, morning pages. What the H-E double hockey hell is morning pages? Morning pages is the gift of the first thing we do in the morning is sitting up in our beds, grabbing our notebook and our pen, and journaling the hell out of it, any thoughts that come into our head. Free association, bleh, just word vomiting mental thoughts onto paper, first thing in the morning. Doesn't have to make sense. You can completely stop an idea. You just cannot stop writing. It does not have to make sense. It does not have to be legible. It does not have to be a work of art. And I'm talking a full 3 pages, okay? College line ruled. It can be something as simple as, oh my God, I woke up so stressed. I'm really, really stressed. I need to change my pajamas. I have so much to do today. What do I have to do today? I have to pick up my daughter, and then I have to go to the club, and then I have to da-da-da-da-da. Like, I always pick up my daughter and go to the club, FYI. But just whatever pops into your head, you just write it down. After we are completed with our 3 pages, you will feel mentally better because all of that mental barf is now on paper. It's out of your head. Because once we have that all out of our heads, our brain is a bit more clear. And we can breathe, and it's like, okay. You will also notice after a few days of morning pages, a week of morning pages, you'll get sick of writing the same things. You'll get sick of the drudgery of your own life. Like, oh, I just feel this way. Like, I just really hate this job. Oh, and then when you keep writing that over and over, you're like, I can't write this anymore. Like, something's got to change. Like, I've got to do something. You can't like even imagine the little light bulbs that go off doing morning pages. Just the things that continue to come out. And it's like, wow, I'm really annoyed by me. And you'll just want to start changing those things. But after doing morning pages, you will feel a million times better as you continue this practice. Personally, I've been getting up an hour early, even when I do not get sleep. You can see the bags, and I've still been getting up to write them. And I tell you, it has been life-changing. 1, because when my daughter wakes up, I'm not like waking up in a sense of, oh, why? Like, oh, like I'm tired. Instead, I'm waking up from a place of, oh my gosh, I'm still like, I guess my time's over. But then when I go in, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Did you have a good sleep? And I'm just a different person. As a mother, it feels really good to have a minute of alone time before the things start pawing at me. Also, it's just incredible because I feel so much more present throughout my day. Like, just having all of those worries come out of my body through my hands, like, it's really, really, really helpful. I don't feel like I'm articulating this very well. And when you begin to notice the same things over and over and over, you just begin to make little changes. Like, I don't want to feel like this every morning. It's amazing. All that to say, morning pages are an incredible grounding experience because it gets all the mental clutter out of your head and you can go about your day in a more present way. Number 2, that's 4. Number 2, deep breathing. This seems really stupid, very simple, but it's true. When you feel yourself spinning off into space. You're just really stressed. You've forgotten to pick up this, this, and this at the cleaners, at the da-da-da-da. Okay, just take a moment. I'm just talking about like a few minutes, okay? None of us have hours of time unless you're like living with a bunch of monks in, you know, the Himalayas. Just take a couple of minutes out of your day. Just stay seated. Put both feet on the floor. Have that back nice and straight. And just listen to your breath in and out of your body. And just do that for a few minutes. Just listen to your breath. When we listen to our breath, it really creates a sense of presence. And presence is the goal. Number 3, start touching things. Like, oh, this iolite, like how does it feel in my hand? Like, just kind of like really, like what does it smell like? I don't know. Like use all of your senses. What, you know, what do I feel when I touch this stone? Or put your hands in a bowl of water. Is it warm? Is it cold? Go outside. You know, what am I listening to? What am I hearing? What's going on? When we are connected to our surroundings, when we're touching, when we're tasting something, when we are experiencing, it tends to bring us back into our bodies and makes us more present. 4, when we're feeling a little crazy, another great thing to do is to quote a mantra, a chant. It can be a Bible verse. It can be a poem. Slowly, silently, now the moon walks the night in her silver shoon. Walter de la Mare. Whatever brings you peace or whatever brings you a sense of stability. At the end of the day, our thoughts create our reality. So anything that you can do to change up the narrative of stress in your life, something really peaceful, the more that that goes into your body. I think that's why people like doing Hail Marys or Psalm 23, you know, because it's something that begins to resonate within us, something beautiful, something that's peaceful. It gives us a sense of calm. Another fantastic practice, and this is really kind of the practice that everybody goes to, is visualization and meditation. For visualization, something you can do is sit in a chair, have your feet firmly planted, always, always, back nice and straight, close your eyes, hands on your lap, and just imagine the weight of yourself kind of like being pulled down into earth. Just feeling really grounded, almost like you're carrying like a really heavy rock like in your hands. Like, wow, my hand's like giant. Big old boulder so that you can't move. And just imagine like yourself really connecting with earth in a way that nobody could move you. And then from there, close your eyes, take some deep breaths to get you to a point of stillness as best you can. And imagine huge, big old tree roots coming out of the bottoms of your feet and plunging deep into earth, coming down out of your hips, just like big old root, going straight into the middle earth, tons of hobbits, just latching onto like deep, deep, deep earth and keeping you nice, firmly grounded. Like you can't get up. Whoa, I can't. You can't get up. It's impossible. It's all in your mind. And it is all in your mind, but our minds are super crazy powerful. Sorry, I switched spots. I hope that doesn't throw anybody off. There's just like glare, and it is hot in here. Sometimes when I'm struggling with visualization, what I like to do is just have a little fun, and I like to pretend that I'm Iron Man. We've all seen the movies, and his outfits, his gear is all very, very, very heavy. It doesn't look heavy, but when he lands, it's like boom. So what I like to do is I'll just close my eyes and kind of just pretend like whoever it is, Jarvis. Jinx put Max in space, Jarvis put Iron Man flying. I don't know what I'm saying. All that I'm saying is that his suit flies onto him, right? Like he's like, beam me up, Scotty, or whatever. And it all, like it's very heavy. And so sometimes I'll just close my eyes and imagine, you know, all of this suit, this armor, attaching itself to my body. And then I pretend like, oh, I can't move. You might feel very silly, but it really works. Another great tip for grounding is earthing. What the H is earthing? Earthing is just when we take off our shoes and socks and get outside and walk around in the grass. If it's raining, if it's not, if it's hot, whatever, it's just like a chance to connect with the earth. And I know that there's like some science behind the ions and the whatever. Don't care. I care about the outcome. And the reason that it feels good is because we are connecting to the earth. We are paying attention to the sounds around us. And there's always something about the intention that we set for ourselves. I'm going outside to do this right now. It means something to me to be walking on the earth right now. And anytime that we set an intention for ourselves, it's a little bit of magic. I mean, unless you're like really hippy dippy, how often do most of us walk around in bare feet outside? Especially if you live in a city. Like, when do we get to do that? Maybe when we're at the beach. So it's just a great chance and opportunity to like be outside, to feel the cool earth, the hot earth, and to just connect and in a sense of gratitude and peace and presence. Another great tip for grounding, to just get outside. I feel like that's the answer to spirituality in general. Like, any question you have, get outside. Be in nature. Listen to the sounds around you. Today I was at yoga and there's some moss like around all the cobblestone. And moss is incredible. They're like little worlds into themselves. Like, go outside, like look at the moss on the side of a tree, and you'll just see how absolutely fascinating it is. There was also a leaf hanging from like a spider web, and it was just spinning and spinning and spinning, and the sun was hitting it just right. It looked like a jewel spinning. And it looked like one of those aerialists from like Vegas. It was just beautiful, and it caught my attention, and I was like, I don't know, there's something just so beautiful about it and so connected and magical, like this little thing spinning in the middle of this grand universe that was just so magical. And it was something that I wouldn't have noticed if I wasn't in yoga, like actually noticing things, if I wasn't present in my body at the time. I'm not a person that like will go for a walk and like pick up a stone and be like, look at this stone, wow, it's beautiful. Well, unless it's like a painted stone and I found it, and then that's magical. But if it's just like a regular, like, oh, look at how the wood on that frame, like, I'm not that person. I'm too busy like getting my walk over because I got 15,000 other things to do. No, we're not beating ourselves up at all. Sometimes I'm out there for peace, but sometimes, you know, I'm with my kid and it's just like, oh my God, will you get around the lake already? Like, how do I freaking keep this train moving? Kids are great at being present. They are just like, you know, like, whoa, look at this and that. Like, everything's an adventure. Everything's a new experience. I want to touch it. I want to put it in my mouth. Like, whoa, you know, like everything is so much fun and so fantastic to kids. It's just kind of a great way to be. Absolutely. To kind of be outside and to see what you notice, see how we're all connected, see the things that are going around that we take for granted that we don't even notice. The magic in bees, the magic of ants, watching a spider spin its web, you know, spiders, we have some words sometimes, okay? But they're magical, magical creatures. They're always creating. It doesn't matter if their web is destroyed the next day. They're like, well, up again, boom. They're just incredible, incredible creatures. Take some time to be outside in nature, get some fresh air, be at peace. Take a look at how we're all connected. Take a look at how the world is turning when our heads are spinning. So you guys, I really want to emphasize the importance of grounding. Grounding is like meditation. It's one of those things that you're just like, oh God, I know it's good for me, I don't want to do it. But if we take the time to do it, it absolutely changes us and it changes our day to be mindful about how we show up in the world. If we are living with anxiety, depression, loneliness, there are just a million different practices that we can do, and there's tons of stuff online that like therapists have put like ways to ground and like by all means, you know, Google Central. But it's just such an important practice to keep us in our bodies. When we are present and in our bodies, we are in so much more gratitude for the things around us. We don't miss out on life. And you guys, just a personal example to keep it real. Like, for the past few months, I've had something on my mind on top of all the stress of my life happening right now, which is like, I've just gone through divorce. I need to find a place to live. Like, it's a lot. But I found that stressing that much and just being on a constant hamster wheel in my mind was taking me away from myself. It was causing me to lose myself. It was causing me to lose the passion and the energy and the steam that I had toward everything I was excited about previously. And it's only been through those grounding practices of getting up early and writing my morning pages, getting out and stay aside of nature and grounding, going for more hikes, but really making the effort and doing the work to be back in my body, to just, you know, when I'm really stressed out, to just, even though my daughter's running around like a crazy person, and just to breathe for a little bit. And that has finally started getting me out of this energy and just like having me move forward again, which has been beautiful. So I promise you it is worth it. I promise you will get your life out of it. And I promise that if it's Taco Tuesday, you'll probably find tacos. It's all good stuff, you guys. I wish everybody wonderful, peaceful lives. I hope you don't need to ground right now, but it is a great daily practice to get into. And if you are someone that is really struggling, you know, put lots of comments, because I will send you all the Reiki in the world and all the love in the world, because it isn't easy to be human. Our minds are a beautiful thing until they're not. So get out of our heads, you guys. We want to live heartfelt lives, in touch with our heart, in touch with our intuition, to trust, to be present, to know that all will work out as it's supposed to. And I know when I go into that room, I still may not remember those 5 things, but damn, I tried. Okay, everybody, I love you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. I'm super honored, as always, if you ever listen to me rant about stuff. If you like this video, please like it, please share and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.